Hello everybody, welcome back to another review. Sorry if I look like this, but I just came out from running 8 kilometers and it was awesome. Today we're going to review Elemental. It is Pixar's newest movie, Disney Pixar, and I gotta say I really enjoyed the movie. I didn't know really much about it before I went to see it, just that it was a story about, like, similar to Zootopia, but with elements, like creatures made of fire, water, air, that kind of stuff. And when I saw the movie, it all just worked really well, and it's just one of those really creative Pixar movies that I enjoyed so much. It just has really amazing concepts that I'm excited to explore today. So Elemental in itself is a love story, but it also carries a lot of really amazing messages throughout the movie. I think it is an opportunity for people who feel like outsiders in different cities and different countries to connect with some of the characters, even if it's in subtle ways. For example, an experience here, a word there. I think that Elemental does that well in some parts. In other parts is kind of weird. For example, the movie does it in terms of metaphors between like water and fire creatures, and also like within like wind creatures. So that basically the world has like 4 different types of creatures, which is fire, air, water, and earth. And the movie mainly focuses between the relationships between the water and the fire characters. In this case, which the main character is Ember, which is a being made of fire whose family traveled from a land of fire into this like multi-cultural city, and there she meets Wade, which is this character made of water. And soon over the course of the movie, they basically form their own relationship. And it has a lot of like really low moments, high moments. And the movie focuses on the difference between both of the characters and how they reconcile those differences in order to forge a very interesting and awesome relationship. So I think some of the greatest things about the movie are primarily the way the story is crafted and also the animation. Also, that is something I gotta focus on in this movie because the animation is absolutely phenomenal. I think it is one of the best animation styles out of every single Pixar movie. I think every single frame is just absolutely beautiful. It reminded me a little of Spider-Man, like the newest one that came out, just very colorful, a lot of different things, and it uses the most out of the environment, and that's something I really enjoyed about Elemental. Another thing I really enjoyed about Elemental is the humor, as there are a lot of really funny scenes. I think it's very custom of Pixar to have like really funny scenes, like more lighthearted stuff. And also there's a lot of like subtle adult jokes throughout the movie. I thought those were really good and really funny, especially a scene between 2 Earth characters, which you'll know what I'm talking about when you see the movie. But I just thought that was funny. I think there were a lot of scenes throughout like that throughout the movie. And also the way it like plays with the differences between the characters. For example, Ember's father's personality is very different from her, very different from Wade and the rest of his family. So that leads to some very interesting and funny interactions. And I thought that was really amazing. I think the writing was really good. There are a couple scenes and themes that could have been handled a little bit better, and some other scenes that could have flown a little bit better. But overall, the movie, I think, did a really good job with these things. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the story, and basically it starts, like I said before, with the Fire family, which is Ember's family, traveling from the Fireland to the new city, and they deal with subtle forms of discrimination. And I gotta say, like most of them, I'm not gonna say the entire movie, but most of the movie hangs on the metaphor of, you know, different cultures mixing together, the challenges they have to endure. And I gotta say that metaphor works in some areas, but also like doesn't hit the mark in some others. But the scenes where it doesn't hit the mark, I feel like they're like minor compared to the rest of the movie. I think overall it does a really good job. And when you see the movie, you'll understand, especially if you're from a different country, especially if you have like different parents from different countries. Like myself, I identified a lot with some things in the movie, and I really enjoyed it. I think it does a really good job when it does. And like I said, some of the flaws within the metaphor are like very small compared to the rest of the movie. And I feel like Wade and Ember's relationship also works throughout the movie. So like tiny spoilers. The movie focuses a lot on the like developing relationship between Wade and Ember. So over the course of the movie, they start getting to know each other. They understand like their different backgrounds. They discover a lot of things from each other, and also they like the way their parents interact, especially like Ember's parents interacting with Wade. I feel like at the end, like in the beginning, they didn't like him as much, but over time, like towards the end, he starts growing on them, and that is very relatable, especially with some scenes. And I thought it was really fun the way they deal with these topics. I feel like the movie ended on a very high note. It's just an overall a very cool movie. I think it just like excels, and it does a good job like in movies like Soul, like Luca, like other Pixar movies in the last couple of years that deal with these important like topics. I feel like each movie in Pixar nowadays is centers on a different kind of like experience, like a different part of the human experience. And those are some of my favorite Pixar movies. So for example, Soul was one of my favorites. And I feel like Elemental just hits the mark in those areas. So overall, I think I enjoyed the movie a lot. Overall, I'm going to give it a 78 out of 100. I just liked it very much. It has a lot of really cool moments. And if you like Pixar, if you like animation, you'll enjoy it. And it's also really amazing for families. And those are pretty much all my thoughts on Elemental. So that's everything for today. Thank you for watching the video once more, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.